What up, Super Players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today I got a special type of video. I'm gonna give you guys the 7 strongest archetypes in Dragon Ball Super card game. And what I mean by archetypes, I'm pretty much talking about like the best engines. Like for those of you that are new and trying to get into Dragon Ball Super card game, this is a perfect video for you because you're gonna be able to be like, alright, I like the Cell archetype, I'm gonna make a Cell deck, alright? So let's start it off. As I go about, you're gonna be understanding what I'm talking about, and on top of it, this is in no particular order, so these are just the 7 strongest I thought of making a video on. So first, we're gonna start off with the Cell Engine. Yup, the Cell Engine is one of the most powerful in Dragon Ball Super card game, and it's one of the easiest to understand as well. What's the Cell Engine? Well, you're gonna be running Cell, obviously, and then what does Cell do? Just like in the anime, you know, Cell got to absorb Android 17, so you absorb your Android 17 with the skill called Union Absorb. So you eat them up, then you get to your Imperfect Cell. Once you're Imperfect Cell, you find your 18, you absorb the 18, and then boom, you became perfect, and now you can tell the whole entire Z Fighter squad to catch your fade because you are now perfected. And in the Dragon Ball Super card game, when you pretty much become Perfect Cell, your opponent's forced to drop their entire hand and only be left with 3 cards, and that Cell Engine is broken because after that you can pretty much dominate the whole game because you can have a fat hand and your opponent only has 3. And this game is very heavily on hand resources and obviously field resources. So that's one of the strongest. And then let's keep moving on. What's another strong engine? I'm gonna call it, it's the Veggie Engine. What's the Veggie Engine? Well, obviously you guys know that Universe 6, the Saiyans of Universe 6, which is your kale, your cabbage, and your cauliflower, aka otherwise known as Khalifa, Kaba, and Kale. That engine in Dragon Ball Super card game is one of the most strongest engines. It was dominating the meta for a good portion of the game ever since they came out. And what's the Veggie Engine? Quick rundown. You play your Kaba. Your Kaba picks you up 7 cards. When you have 10 cards. Whoopsies. 10 cards. When you pick up 10, you get to either play a Khalifa or add a Kale to your hand. And usually, or you could even add the Khalifa. Usually you want to play the Khalifa. So when you play a Khalifa, you usually want to hit the bold Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa. And then when you hit off the Khalifa, she picks up 7. And then you get to pick a Universe 6 with 15k power or less and play it. And who do you want to get? Obviously you want to get the trio, right? You want to get Kaba, Khalifa, and Kale onto the mix. And when you get that board going, man, you are dominating with the pressure. So the Veggie Engine, the Universe 6 Saiyans, is one of the strongest engines in the game as well. So if you're into that Universe 6 arc and you're into the Veggie Engine, make sure to check them out. They're very strong as well. So let's keep moving on. What's another awesome engine? Well, it's gonna be everybody that was a part of Goku's offspring. So otherwise known as the Swap Engine or the Goku's Lineage Engine. So what does that consist of? Well, it consists of, who started off Goku? Well, it was Bardock. So we're going way back then into the mix with Bardock, right? Bardock is a very strong card, Bardock the Pragnator, because what this card allows you to do in the game is you play, you strike your life, and you get to add that card to your hand, and then you get to pretty much get to swap for free. Swap is an engine that allows you to pretty much switch cards from your hand onto the field, and Bardock lets you do it for free. And what are you gonna want to swap? Right now what everyone's doing is they're swapping into the Goten, Goku's actual offspring. So Goten is a very good card. You swap for free from the Bardock into the Goten. Goten attacks, you pick up 3 cards and you get to add any card you want. And you don't have to just play the Bardock and the Goten. You could actually run the whole Swap Engine. The whole Swap Engine in general is very powerful as well. And as soon as they drop the Magical Flute to just 1 in your deck, because that flute is broken, it's making the game broken right now. So as soon as they drop that and limit it to 1 only, I think the Swap Engine is going to be a very powerful engine to actually run in a deck. So obviously Goku's offspring and Goku's DNA is one of the most powerful engines in Dragon Ball Super card game. And let's move on and let's go into the realm of the GT. So we're going into realm of the GT, fellas. And well, this GT engine, the GT archetype, the GT realm has one of the most powerful cards in the game. Why? Well, it has one of the best one drops in the game, intensifying power trunks, because what he does is you attack with it, you strike your life, allowing you to self-awaken, and he gains a 10k power and critical. And critical is pretty much not allowing your opponent to get a card from their hand when they take a life. And you get to do that with intensifying power trunks. And on top of that, you have one of the most strongest cards in the game called Chain Attack Trunks. And you get to evolve onto another GT Trunks for just 2 energies. And what Chain Attack Trunks allows you to do is play another 15k battle card. What do you want to play? Well, you can play another Fearless Pan. That's a part of the GT realm. You can play a Determined Super Saiyan Goku. And what Goku, Determined Super Saiyan Goku does is he pretty much turns into a 5 cost, allowing you to EX evolve into, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a triple attack, and he draws you 2 cards. And then we have the ultimate card as well, which is the Hyper Evolution Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku. I think that's the name. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in general, the GT engine kicks butt. It's one of the most strongest engines in the game. And if you're a part of the GT realm, make sure to check it out, man. Because Super Saiyan 4 Triple Flash is no joke, guys. And then let's keep moving on. Another strong engine is the Universe Saga engine, or specifically the Universe 7 engine, because of the fact that we have one of the strongest cards in the game, which is Victory Strike Master Ultra Instinct Goku. He's strong in the anime and he's broken in the card game, because if you attack with this ultimate Goku and your opponent loses a life, you automatically win. That's why thus is called Victory Strike. You automatically win when you deal 1 damage. And also, not only is Victory Strike the only card, the whole Universe Arc engine is very, very good, because they all synchronize very, very good. And the theme booster pack of the Tournament of Power, they run pretty darn smooth just on their own. So if you're a beginner and you're trying to get into the game and you're into the Universe 7 and you know like a bunch of Universe 7 members, I would recommend to run the Universe 7. Universe 7 archetype is very, very useful. And you know, the Tournament of Power is just like one of the strongest, one of the most coolest parts of the show. Thus, it translates into the card game, and it's one of the strongest cards because of the burst attacks on Gohan that has critical, draws you 2. We got Evolution Blue Vegeta that just is very powerful, and Beerus, and obviously Ultra Instinct Goku with the triple attack, triple critical. And also on top of that, we also got that Frieza, the Frieza that pretty much locks out your opponent, which is another useful, very useful card. So let's keep moving on. And then obviously another one of the strongest archetypes at one point, I feel like this was dominating the meta for a long, long time. It's still very strong. It's called pretty much the Great Apes, man. You know, the Saiyans, when they turn into the monkey form, throw out their moon and just stare at the moon and turn beast mode. Well, they're a very powerful engine in the Dragon Ball Super card game saga as well, because of the fact that well, they're all blockers predominantly. And then if you manage to get a King Vegeta, they're all blockers with barrier 20k. You got your Vegeta that's a monkey, that's a critical. And we got the Double Strike Bardock, that's a monkey. And on top of that, they restand with Planet Vegeta. Planet Vegeta is one of the strongest searchers in the game for the card game. And then you got your March of the Great Apes that just spams all the Great Apes out, and then you draw 2, and it's just an overall good archetype. The Great Ape archetype is literally, if not one of the most strongest ones as well. So 1, 2, I think I named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then obviously I'm gonna name the last one, and I'm gonna have to give it to the Boo Engine. Yup, the Boo Engine is one of the strongest engines in the game. I feel like a lot of people neglect it, but it's very strong. What do? Well, you Union Absorb, I think. Yeah, it's Union Absorb. You absorb the the Gohan, and then when you absorb the Gohan, you know Majin Buu absorbs the Gohan, you become into Buuhan, and then you become Beast Mode, because that big old Buuhan, the 7-drop Buuhan in Dragon Ball Super card game is just as powerful as in the anime, man. This guy depends on which one you absorb, and there's so many different targets to absorb now, because you gotta absorb an adolescent Gohan. So usually the one you want to absorb is you want to absorb the Mystic Gohan, but you could also absorb the Ultimate Gohan, the one that when he kills a battle card they deal 2 damage, and you could also absorb the Critical Gohan if you want. And the whole Buu engine is very powerful now with the new Universe 7 Buu that allows you to search for a Buu as well. And that's gonna be pretty much the 7 archetypes that are, like, if not the strongest or one of the strongest engines and archetypes in Dragon Ball Super card game. So let me know if I missed your favorite engine. And when I said engine, I meant archetypes. Like, we got the GT, we got Giselle, we got the Buu, we got, that's what I meant by archetypes and engines. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully for those of you that are new, you guys are liked it. Hit that subscribe button for more Dragon Ball Super card game content and interesting videos like this. And make sure to hit a like if you guys want more informative videos of this nature. And that's gonna be it. And like we always say, y'all stay super. So I did sell 1